Hey guys, this is Andrew with rockclass101.com, and in this week's ukulele lesson, we're going to be learning a traditional Irish ballad, Red is the Rose. So besides having an absolutely gorgeous melody, I think the real gem of this arrangement is that we are going to be learning or going through the melody twice. So as you heard the first time, it is very sparse. It's very beginner friendly. I would say a seasoned beginner level. But the second time we go through the melody, we really bump up the harmony and we do a lot of intricate finger picking around the chords. So this piece is really going to be very beneficial for those who are transitioning from beginner to intermediate. Now, with that said, this lesson is going to be part one. And in part one, we're going to be learning the first half of the tune. So we're going to be learning the beginner-friendly part. If you want to learn the more advanced melody, we're going to be covering that in the part 2 lesson at rockclass101.com. So you can click this link right here, or you can go to the site and do a search for Red is the Rose. There, you're also going to be able to find the tabs that you can print off and follow along with as a PDF format, as well as access the on-screen tab viewer. Now, this is a really cool feature where you can hit play, you can watch the tab scroll across in real time, you can highlight bars to loop sections, slow it down to any speed you wish. Just a really great asset in learning this song that much easier. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and jump into this lesson. So we actually have an intro before we kick into the first melody. Now the intro keeps with the first melody vibe of being a seasoned beginner level. So let me go ahead and just play through the first part of this intro and then we'll break it down and learn it. So here's what it sounds like. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and tackle that. Now before we do, I want to point out two things real quick. We're going to be counting out the rhythms as we move throughout this lesson, so if you're new to understanding rhythmic notation, then check out this lesson real quick. Now the second thing I want to talk about too is our right hand picking pattern. So throughout this tune, I tend to favor a 3-finger approach, which means that my thumb will be playing string 4 and 3, index finger would be playing string 2, and middle finger would be playing string 1. Although you could also use a 4-finger approach where each finger gets its own string: thumb, index, middle, ring. So it's kind of up to you guys, whatever's most comfortable for you to use. Now, if we look at our first chord, we're going to be playing a G chord. So it's the G chord that we all know and love, but we're forming it with a different fingering. We're going to use a partial bar chord. So partial bar chord means that we cover either 2 or 3 strings instead of a full bar chord, which covers all 4 strings. So if you take that index finger, put it on the 2nd fret, strings 1, 2, and 3, and then take that middle finger, put it on the 3rd fret of string 2, and our G string will be open. We have that basic G, we're just using an alternate fingering. Now it's really important that you have proper left hand form for this chord, because the first note that we're actually playing is a bit of a stretch. It's going to be the 5th fret on string 1 with the pinky. So we need to make sure that our form is correct. So if you're new to doing partial bar chords and full bar chords, and you want to learn more about proper left-hand form, especially how the back looks and how all this looks, then check out this lesson really quick and then come on back. So let's keep this chord intact, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this pickup bar, so we only have one note in the little pickup bar, and then I'm going to play the first bar of the tune. So you can have a context of what we're about to learn, and then we'll break it down and learn it. Here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, and another way that you can approach this too is always by ear. Da, da, ba, da, da. So you want to get that melody memorized too, so it's going to make it easier. So approach by learning the rhythms that we're playing, but also by memorizing and playing it by ear. So let's keep this chord intact, this partial bar chord of the G, and let's add our pinky to the 5th fret of string 1. We're going to play string 1 by itself. This is our pickup bar. We're going to be hitting a quarter note on beat 4. So we're in 4/4 time. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just hitting string 1. Now for bar 1, we're going to start with the strum of the G chord. This is going to last a dotted quarter, so it's going to last for 1 and 2. Now on the end of 2, we're going to be playing that 5 again, so you got to put that pinky back down where it was. So watch how it's down for the pickup, it comes up for the first hit of the first bar, and then it comes back down for the second hit of the first bar. In this second hit, we're going to do a slide, so we're going to slide from 5 to 7. So you want to keep that finger pressure held down as you slide up 5 to 7. Okay? Now this 5 is hit on the end of 2. So we're going to go end 3. And then for beat 4, we come back to 5. Okay? So let me show you in the context of the rhythm. I have 1, 2, 3. 4, strum, and 2, and 3, 4. Okay? So again, we're going to start on beat 4 for the pickup. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift the pinky up, strum the G. 1 and 2. And then the end of 2, you hit 5 again, and you slide up to 7. Okay? That's for beat 3, and then for beat 4, you go back to 5. So if I take it from beat 1 of bar 1, I have 1 and 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so this slide and going from this partial bar chord may tend to ring out some unwanted notes. Let me demonstrate how it could potentially sound bad. So you can hear some of the opens as I lift up. To counter that, we can use the palm of our right hand to touch strings 4, 3, and 2 to kind of mute some of these strings, because all we want to hear after the first strum is really that slide. So you can hear how clean that sounds, right? So if I go 1 and 2 and 3, 4, if I touch just this part right here with the palm of my hand, I can mute any unwanted opens sounding as I lift up the G chord and go into the slide and then back down to 5. So a fun little tip for making your playing sound a lot cleaner. And stuff like this is really important, especially if you play into an amplifier, because it amplifies everything. So everything that is an unwanted sound is going to be amplified, as opposed to when you play acoustic, it's not too bad. But if you do plug in and you play like in a jam group or at an open mic or whatever, then it will bleed through. So let's see if we can try the pickup plus the first bar together. So let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, strum, and 2, slide, 7, 5. Awesome, let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, strum, and 2, and 7, 5. Okay, now let's take a look at the second bar. So we're going from this G, and all we're going to do is we're going to lift the middle finger up, and it becomes a G major 7. So you have open 2, 2, 2. So just flat on the second fret, strings 1, 2, and 3. This is going to last a half note. We have 1, 2. Okay, then the next couple notes is going to be second fret of string 1 and then 5 on string 1. Okay, so again, we're already barred, so we're just going to pluck string 1 and then use pinky for 5 on string 1. So our rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's give that bar a shot. 1, 2, ready, go. Strum 2, 2, 5. Awesome. Now let's see if we can try pickup plus 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3. 4, strum, and 2, and 3, 4, strum, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's see if we can go a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, 4. Awesome. Now let's take a look at our third bar. Here's what it sounds like. Okay, so we're out of an A minor. So this A minor is going to be a slight variation over the basic A minor. So use your index finger for the second fret of string 4, and then take your ring finger, put it on the third fret of string 1. The two strings in between will be open. So we're just going to strum this chord down. We're playing all quarter notes in this bar. We have strum, and then we're going to lift that ring finger up and put the middle finger on the second fret of string 1. So you're going to play that note and pull off to the open A. Okay, so we have strum, 2, pull off. Following that up by using our ring finger to play the third fret of string 2. Okay, so watch this movement. I've got strum, 2, pull off, third fret of string 2 with the ring. So all that is quarter notes again, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So try not to rush that pull off. So you want it to be nice and even with the timing. So quarter note rhythm. So let's give this one a shot, guys. 1, 2, ready, go. Strum, 2, 0, 3. Okay, now our next bar, bar 4, has a cool little accent to the first hit. You can hear it's da-da, right? It's 1, 2, 2 notes, right? Ba-da. So you hear not in unison, you don't hear ding, you hear ba-ding, right? So you hear one and then the other right after it. So the trick with this is that basically I can use my thumb to hit the 4th string open, and then I'm going to let that ring just for a split second, and then I'm going to pluck the 2nd string with my middle finger. Again, it's open. And it gives a cool little accent. Ba-dum. Let me play this whole bar. Sounds like that. Again, it's quarter notes, right? Ba-dum, 2, 3, 4. But we're accenting that first hit to make it a little bit more interesting, make it kind of fit more into what you would typically hear in the Irish style of playing. So this bar is played just all out of a C chord, and what we're going to be doing is we've got that cool little pluck for the first part that we just talked about. So 4 and 2. After that, you're going to be playing the 4th string open, and then take that index, put it on the 2nd fret of string 3, play that note, and then the open E. So you've got ba-dum-ba-doo-da. So I've got 4 and 2 with the little accent, then open 4, then the 2nd fret of string 3, then the open E. And it's all quarters, so let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So let's see if we can try bar 3 and 4 together. So all quarter note rhythm for these two bars. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strum, pull off, 3, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now that we've got 3 and 4 down, let's go and backtrack and let's do pickup plus 1 through 4. So we'll get the first half of this intro down. So let's start it out from pickup. Remember, it's beat 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now let's tackle bar 5. And bar 5 goes back to G, and it's the same partial bar that we did for the first bar. So here's what it sounds like, then we'll break it down. And you can hear how it builds up in this bar. So all quarter note rhythm, 1, 2, 3, 4. So to make this bar easy, let's go ahead and form that G chord. And what we're going to do is we're going to strum 4 to 2 for the first hit. After that, we're going to play string 3, then string 1, and then add your pinky to 5 on 1. So remember, all quarters, we have 4 to 2, strum, then string 3, then string 1, and then 1 again, but the 5th fret with pinky. So you have strum 3, 1, 5. Let's give that a shot. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now our next bar, we're going up higher for a higher voicing of C. Here's what it sounds like. So again, we have all quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see when I go from this G with the pinky held down, I can lift these 2 fingers up. I don't need them anymore. And I'm just sliding my pinky up to 7th fret. And I'm strumming all 4 strings. Then I'm going to hit the open 3rd. Try to hit it light. Remember, the 3rd string is the thickest string. It rings louder than the others. After that, slide back to 5 with the pinky. You pluck that note plus the 4th string open. So I'm playing 1st string and 4th string. This time in unison. And then I'm going to the 2nd fret with my index finger, string 1. So I've got strum 3, then slide down to 5, 4 and 1 together, and then 2nd fret. Okay, so let's give that a shot. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you and I, here we go. 3, 4, strum 3, pluck 2. One more time. Here we go. 3, 4, strum 3, pluck 2. Okay, let's try 5 and 6 together, starting from the G, that's a bar. 3, 4, strum 2, 3, 4, strum 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So let's see if we can tackle 7 and 8. 7 starts our retardando, so we're doing a slow down for this part. All right, and let me go ahead and just demonstrate 7 and 8 together so you can hear how we gradually slow down to have a bit of an ending before we kick into melody A. Okay, and if I backtrack, if I play from 6, actually let me play from 5 at a quicker tempo and then start the slowdown on 7. So here's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, strum. So you can hear how I gradually slowed down, right? So that's the idea behind these 2 bars. So we're going back to playing an A minor. This time around, we're going to be doing the traditional A minor, so the one that we all know and love. The fingering that we're going to be using is going to be the middle finger for the 4th string 2nd fret. So just that basic A minor. So you're going to strum this chord, and our rhythm for bar 7 is quarter notes, but remember, we're going to slow down. So we're going to go strum A minor, then hit the 3rd string, open, and then take that ring finger, put it on the 2nd fret of string 2. And this is going to be a D7. So you've got 2, open, 2, open. Okay, and then again, follow that up with the open C. Okay, remember to hit that C note lightly because that 3rd string rings loud if you don't. So you've got strum 3, strum 3. So you can feel that little slowdown, right? Strum 3, strum 3. So all you have to do is add that ring to make a D7 on the third hit, right? So we have A minor, third, D7, third, and then we're going into our G5 chord. So the easy transition for this is we're going to get rid of the middle finger. We're going to slide that ring up a half step to the third fret of string 2, and take that index, put it on the first fret of, what? I said that wrong. Take that index finger, put it on the second fret of string 3. So you can see it's basically a G chord, but we don't need the first string, right? So we have open, second, third. So first finger, ring finger, and it gives us a G5. Okay? So that will be the 8th bar, this G5 hit. And this G5 will be with a fermata. So that means we're going to hold it out for as long as we wish before we kick into melody A, which will go back to our normal speed, our normal tempo. So if we look at 7 and 8, it sounds like this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, strum. Okay, we're going to hold that G5 out. But remember, you want to put the little slow down through those bars, and you want to put a fermata on G5. Okay, so let's see if we can try 7 and 8 up to that G5. Here we go. 3, 4, strum, 3, strum, 3, strum. Okay. Now, the last two notes of this 8th bar are going to be what you could consider the pickup going into melody A, which will be 2 notes, which is the 2nd fret of string 3, and then the open E. So if we think of the rhythm of the 8th bar, this G5 is a half note. We have 1, 2, and then we have 3, 4, right? That's ignoring the fermata. So in essence, all you're going to do is, after you strum G5, lift the ring finger up, you're going to play string 3, which is the 2nd fret, and then the open E, and that'll lead you into melody A. So let's see if we can try 7 and 8 with those 2 little pickup notes at the end. And let's forget about the retardando for now and the fermata. Let's just play the rhythm straight. Here we go. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, strum, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's try it again with slow down and fermata. So I'll try and guide you a little bit with a head nod to keep us in time with each other. 3, 4, strum, 3, strum, 3, strum, and hold. 3rd, 2nd. Okay, so it's all about the feel of the end. Nice gradual slow to end the intro going into the first melody. So let's backtrack now. Let's try 5, 6, 7, 8 with the retardando and the fermata, and then we'll try the entire intro, so all 8 bars. So starting from 5, this is G. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So those last 2 notes, we actually want to play a little bit quicker, right? We want to go back into the timing for the last part. So let me just demonstrate. Let me play again from 5 to 8, and then I'll play a little bit into melody A, and you can hear how I go retardando, fermata on G5, and then back into the regular speed. So you can hear how I just put in that accent to make it flow very nicely. All right, so now let's go ahead and backtrack and let's try the entire 8 bars for this intro. So starting on that pickup, right? So it's beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. Okay, so that gives us everything for our intro, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into melody A now. So melody A keeps the whole theme that we had for the intro going. So it's the more beginner-friendly theme where we have a sparser playing, where we're really highlighting the melody. And then when we get into melody B, we're putting a ton of harmony into our playing. So we're going to be picking a lot out of the chords, but highlighting the melody too so it shines through. So keep that in mind as we move forward. So our first bar is going to start with that chord that we left off with, G5. So let me go ahead and play the first bar. It's all quarter notes, and then we'll break it down. So that's what it sounds like. So you're going to keep that G5 intact, and you're going to strum again 4-2. So we have strum, and then we're going to play string 3, string 2, string 1. So you're literally just walking straight down. So you got strum, 3, 2, 1, and it's all quarter notes. So let's give it a shot, you and I. 3, 4, strum, 3, 2, 4. So now after this, for the second bar, we're going into E minor. So it's that staircase shape we all know and love. So E minor is our ring finger on the 4th fret of string 3, middle finger on the 3rd fret of string 2, index on the 2nd fret of string 1, and our G string will be open. So you may want to practice the transition of G5 to E minor. Now there's something really cool that you can do. This G5 and this E minor, you can see the middle finger stays constant, right? So instead of lifting all fingers up and transitioning to the next chord, why not just keep the middle finger anchored? So when I strum this G5, I keep the middle finger there, then I add the ring and drop the index down. Okay? So you can put that in a time frame context, like strum on half notes, like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you see that middle finger stays there. So practice that slowly to get the muscle memory down to that transition down. It's going to make these two bars easier when you're playing through the song. So bar 2 sounds like this. We're throwing in a 8th note in the middle. So I have 1, 2, and 3, 4. So let me play without counting. So you hear da ba 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 ba, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so keep this E minor intact. We're going to strum on beat 1. Now beat 2 is going to be the 3rd string, and then the 2nd string. That's our 8th note. We have 1, 2, and. So we're going to pluck those twice as fast, right? So 1, 2, and. Okay, after that, lift the index finger up, play the open A, and then play the 2nd string. So that's going to be 3rd, 4th for our rhythm. So beat 3, beat 4. So I've got strum, 2, and 3, 4. So if I call out the frets or the strings that I'm hitting, if I call out the strings I'm hitting, I have strum, 3, 2, 1, 2. So don't forget to lift that finger up, right? So I've got strum, 3, 2, lift up, open A, then string 2. Okay, so one more time, it's strum, 2, and 3, 4. So let's give it a shot, you and I. So 1, 2, ready, go. Strum, 2, and 3, 4. Awesome. Now let's backtrack. Let's try bar 1 and 2 together. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Strum, 2, and 3, 4. Nice. Now our third bar goes into A minor. This time around, we're going to be using a different fingering. So it's our basic A minor. Instead of using our middle finger up there, we're going to use our index finger. So index is on the 2nd fret of string 4. The reason why is because we have this little hammer-on and a fretted note coming up. So let me play this bar so you can hear what it sounds like and see what it looks like, and then we'll break it down. Okay, so that's what it looks like. If I count out the rhythm, I have 1, 2, and a 3, 4. We have a 16th note. Let me do it again. 1, 2, and a. So right there. 1, 2, and a 3, 4. So we have a quick ba da 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 da. 1, 2, and a 3, 4. That's our rhythm. 1, 2, and a 3, 4. 1, 2, and a 3, 4. So you want to get that one memorized. So a bit harder because it's a bit syncopated, but really cool sounding. So let's go ahead and kick off with this A minor. We're going to strum, remember it's the index finger. Then we're going to play the open third on the second beat. So you have 1, 2. Now, this is going to be a eighth note, this open C. So that means the second half of this beat 2 is going to be filled with 2 notes. So we have 1, 2, and we have a hammer on, so it's open A to the second fret of the first string. So you have strum 3, and then open A to the second fret. 1, 2, and Okay, after that, for beat 3, you're going to lift up, play the open A, and then use your ring finger to play the third fret of string 2. That's beat 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Ba, da, 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 da. So you want to get that memorized, that rhythm memorized, because it is harder since it's got that 16th note hit. So you can think of it as 3, 4, strum, 3, hammer, oh, 3. Think of it as that too. You can think of it as what you're playing to help you get that rhythm down. Strum, 3, hammer, oh, 3. So let's slow it down a lot and let's try you and I. 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 Okay, now our next bar goes back to that C that we played out of. We don't have that cool little accent hit on this one, but what we do have is simplicity. We have all quarter notes. So here's what the fourth bar sounds like. So you can hear it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. So this time around, you could pluck strings 3 and 2 for the first hit. And then you're going to play open 4, then take that index, put it on the second fret of string 3, and then the open E. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. So it's very simple, right? So let's give that fourth bar a shot. So here we go, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if we backtrack, let's try 3 and 4 together. 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, now if we backtrack, let's try 1 through 4 for melody A together. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Now let's see if we can tackle our second half. So we have bar 5, kicks back to G. This time we're going to fill out the rhythm a little bit more. So we have 1, 2, and 3, 4. So we're putting in the eighth notes again on the second beat. So here's what it sounds like. If I count, I have 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so I think I said it wrong. It goes to the G5, not the full G. So we're back to the G5. We're going to strum 4 to 2. And then we're going to play string 3 and 2. That'll be our eighth note starting on beat 2. We have 1, 2, and. Okay, so you've got strum, string 3, string 2. 1, 2, and. After that, you're playing the open G and the open A. So that's beat 3 and 4. So you have strum, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, let's try you and I. 3, 4. Strum, 2, and 3, 4. Now we're going back to E minor, so same transition, keep that middle finger held down. Same rhythm, 1, 2, and 3, 4, but our melody is going to walk higher for this part. Here's what it sounds like. Really cool. So we're going to strum all 4, and then we're going to play 3, 2. That'll be our eighth note on beat 2, so we have 1, 2, and. Okay, then you play string 1, and then play the fifth fret of string 1. So that's beat 4. So you have strum, 2, and 3, 4. So nice little walk up. Let's try you and I. 3, 4. Strum, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so if we backtrack, let's try 5 and 6. 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, let's try a little bit slower. I get ahead of myself sometimes. 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, our next bar, 7, is going to go back up to that higher voicing of C. So it's just the 7th fret of string 1. Here's what it sounds like. So all quarter notes. So we're just keeping that pinky on 7 on string 1. We're going to strum all 4, then play the 3rd string open, and then pluck string 1 and 2 together, and then the 3rd string open. So you've got strum, pluck, pluck, pluck. Okay, let's give that a shot. So we have strum, 3, 2 and 1 together, and then 3 again. Here we go. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now our next bar, this 8th bar, goes to a D. We're doing a partial bar, so we're not going to cover all 4 strings. We're going to cover 3. So that index finger covers the 2nd fret, string 1, 2, and 3, and your pinky is on 5 on string 1. So you're going to strum, and you're going to play quarter notes out of this chord. So it's strum, 2, 3, 4. So watch that pinky though. So you can see I have pinky down, play string 3, lift pinky up, play string 1, which is that barred 2nd fret, and then add pinky down again for 5. So I have strum, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so again, strum, string 3, lift pinky up, 2nd fret of string 1, 5th fret. Let's give that a shot, you and I. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now let's see if we can do 7 and 8 together. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now let's see if we can go 5 through 8. So we're back on G5. 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Now let's see if we can go 1 through 8 for melody A. So here we go. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and a 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now, the second half of this melody A is really cool. So let me play the first bar. It has a really pretty melody. It sounds like this. So you have da ba 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 ba, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So really neat. So you can see it goes back up to the higher voicing of C. So we have that pinky again, and then we have some movement. We're going to use that pinky, which is great, because I know a lot of beginners, they tend to ignore the pinky, which is bad, because ignoring it means that our playing is less efficient. So it's really, really good to work on building finger strength in the pinky. Your pinky is the weakest finger, so we definitely want to work on it. And this is a great phrase to help build some of that strength. So you're going to strum this 7th fret, so all opens but the 7th fret of string 1. Then you're going to play the open 3rd, and while that open 3rd's ringing out, you're moving that pinky up to 9 on string 1, playing that note, and then using the middle finger to play 7 on string 1. Check out this rhythm. I have 1, 2, and 3. So I have 1, 2, and. So strum, 9, and then beat 3 is the 7th fret, and then I can use the index for the 5th fret of string 1 for beat 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So slow it down, I have strum, 3, 9, 7, 5, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So let's give that a shot slow. 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So remember, keep in mind, every time we have that open C, try to hit it lighter so it doesn't ring too loud over the other notes. Okay, so after that bar, let's consider that bar 1 for the second half of melody A. We go into bar 2, which is our G chord, and we're back to that partial bar. You can hear it's straight quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're just building out the G chord. So go ahead and do that partial bar. You're going to strum all 4, then you play string 3. Then you're going to pluck 1 and 2 together, and then take that pinky, put it on 5 on string 1. So you have strum 3, pluck 5. So let's give that a shot. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now let's see if we can do 1 and 2 together. So here we go. 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Here's the third bar, A minor. Really cool hammer-on pull-off, syncopated rhythms, but really, really cool sounding. Really neat. Da, 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 da. So let's break this one down. So we have strumming the A minor on beat 1. 1, then we're gonna go 2E end. So we have 16th note hit followed by an 8th note. That's all gonna last over the second beat. So 1, 2E end, 1, 2E end. So if I tap out the entire rhythm, I would have 1, 2E end, 3, 4. So that's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just really tricky because you have that quick hammer-on pull-off. So make that A minor. We're gonna strum on beat 1. Then on beat 2, we're going to use that middle finger, put it on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. So you can see after this A minor strum, I lift the ring finger up and I put the middle finger down on the 2nd fret. I'm going to hammer on and pull off 2, 3, 2. So there, this first 2 to 3 is our 16th note. When I pull off, it's the 8th note. So it's quick, and you're going to hear that that 2nd fret lingers. Okay? Now that 2nd fret lingers, and then it's going to pull off to the open A, and then you're going to finish up with the 3rd fret of string 2. So that open A is the 3rd beat, and the 3rd fret of string 2 is the 4th beat. So listen to how that 2nd fret of string 1 lingers. Okay? So I've got strum, da 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 da, 1, 2, 3, 4. So really tricky because it's got that syncopation in there and it's quick. So it's just a bar that you want to practice. Strum, hammer on, right? I can't even say it that fast, it's hard. Try to get it stuck in your head. Ba, da, 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 da. Remember, if you can sing that rhythm, it's going to make it so much easier to translate it to what your hands are doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Let's try you and I together real slow. We're going to go like about that speed. Let's give that a shot. 3, 4, strum, pull off, 3rd fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, remember that hammer-on is you pluck 1 time. That hammer-on pull-off. Pluck 1 time. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even that pull-off you don't even do. So check it out. I strum, pluck once, pull off, then I pluck again. So I'm really only doing a minimal amount of work with my right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just hit pause, work on that one, try and get it memorized, and that's probably the trickiest bar in this tune. Okay, so our next bar goes back into C. It's the same bar that we had done before where we had that cool little accent where it was. So you're about to see that the ending for the second half of this melody A has basically a lot of repetition of what we've already done before with slight little variations put in. So let me just play through this ending real quick and then we can see how that plays a factor in it. So you can hear it's basically the same stuff we did before, just a little difference here and there. Let's cover that C bar though. This would be the fourth bar for the second half. It's what we played before, 4 and 2 with that cool little accent, and then string 4, then the second fret of string 3 with the index and open E. So all quarters, 1, 2, 3, 4. So identical to what we did earlier. So if we try 1, 2, 3, 4 for the second half of this melody A, then we get this. Let's give it a shot, you and I. Starting from the higher voicing of C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this leaves us on 5, 6, 7, and 8 for the second half. Let's cover that. So we're back to this G chord where we had a partial bar. This time around we have a little variation on the third hit. We're going to strum the chord, but it's the same stuff we saw before. So here's how this bar works. All quarter notes. We're going to go 4 to 2, and then we play string 3, and then we're going to strum again and strum all 4. And then for the last hit we use our pinky for 5. So you have strum 4 to 2, string 3, strum 4 to 1, string 1, 5th fret. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's kind of just building it a little bit more. So again, let's give it a shot. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Then we're going to go up higher, and we're playing the same last 3 bars that we did for the intro. Identical. So the exact same stuff, where you went up higher and you played that C on the 7th fret, and then you hit the 3rd string, then drop down to the 5th fret, and you play 4 and 1 together, and then to the 2nd fret. So it's the same identical bar as the intro. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Next bar again is identical for the intro. Back to the A minor, strum 3, D7, strum 3, and then G5 with the ritardando and the fermata. So same identical ending. So 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor, 2, D7, 3, 4, G5. So that makes it super duper easy to tackle the ending. So let's see if we can try that ending. We'll start from G. Remember, there's only one little variation where we're really strumming on the 3rd hit. So let's take it from there and play the last 4 bars with the ritardando and the fermata. So here we go. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strum. Awesome. And that's the ending, guys. So let's see if we can tackle the last half of melody A. So the last 8 bars. So we're starting on this higher voicing of C that had that cool little rhythm where it walked higher. So let's give it a shot from right there. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. And that's it, guys. That is the entire A melody. So the A melody was 16 bars in length, right? And the intro was 8 bars. So we're basically 24 bars into this tune. So in the part 2 lesson, we're going to be covering the B melody, which takes what we did with the A melody and adds a lot of harmony. So we're going to be doing a lot of finger picking out of the second time through the melody. So if you're working on transitioning from the beginner to the intermediate level, this is such a great piece for that, because you're going to get a ton of beneficial practice for getting to that next level in your finger picking playing and your fingerstyle playing. So guys, If you want to learn the second half, we're going to be covering that at this link right here. Remember, you can also go to the site, rockclass101.com, just do a search for Red is the Rose. Now at that page, like I said, we'll be covering the part 2 lesson, the B melody, but you'll also be able to get the tabs to print off and follow along with and access the on-screen tab viewer if you are a premium member. So that was that really cool interactive tab player where you can hit play, watch the tab scroll across in real time. You can highlight bars, loop sections. Just really great for working on this song and breaking it down bar by bar, 2 bars at a time. Super cool asset. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you in the part 2 one. Thank you.